and I apologize if you have clicked on the other link. YouTube is doing something like really, really crazy. Let me kind of see if I could back this up. Any? No, I can't really. No. Um, so YouTube is doing something very, very crazy. Um, and evidently, it's not just happening to me. So I am creating, um, now I have to go on here and I have to, um, um, bear with me, guys. I am just a little bit early, so we still got another 5 more minutes. Um, and I don't know what YouTube's doing. So this kind of happened to me last Friday. Um, okay. So just to, it's still early, about another 4 more minutes. So if anybody pops on and you kind of see me and wonder what's going on, since I had another video kind of like all set up with the pretty thumbnail and everything else, like I was kind of mentioning a moment ago, YouTube is doing something really crazy, and I got to find out what's going on because um, evidently I'm not the only one this has happened to. Oh, let me let me do this. Let me put the microphone in, even though you could hear me before, but I want to put this in. Um, okay, so this is public. Okay, save it and let me open it up. This is crazy, guys. Kind of glad that I came on like about what, almost 10 minutes early. So what's happened? So last week when I went to go live, nobody was on quite yet, and I noticed that my phone was saying that the orientation was wrong. Well, actually, 2.5 minutes into it, I looked on my laptop screen and it had shown that, what do you call it? Um, yeah. See, I'm so flustered now because of this. It had shown that my orientation was wrong. And so at that point, nobody was on yet. So I had, um, yeah, what did I do? So I had stopped it and tried to get everything set up really, really quickly and try to just kind of like redo the video so that way everything was set up, everything was pretty and all of that. And so I kind of set it for like 15 minutes, to go 15 minutes later. And um, it automatically started before I was even ready. And when I went to flip my phone, the screen was kind of dark and it was kind of telling me to change the orientation of the phone. However, I didn't want to change the orientation of the phone. I had it set to what I wanted it. And um, so evidently I wasn't the only one this happened to. So yesterday I was watching my friend Barb Mulliken. She's another fellow demo that's in Sheridan, Wyoming. And she went live and she had posted that she, okay, hold on one second, everybody. Just give me 1 second. Sorry. Well, you were in the back, you couldn't hear it. No, I heard it. Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Well, you heard this, but I'm actually live because it messed up again. Okay, everybody, sorry about that. I had to go unlock my door so my assistant can get in. Okay, I don't think anybody is on here quite yet. So, what's happened? What was I saying? So, Barb had mentioned last night in her live that she had everything set up, orientation and everything. Now, for those of you that do videos, there's two different orientations you can set up your phone to do your filming. You can do it vertical or you can do it horizontal. Now, if you just had the camera, pointed on you and you were just talking or whatever, you can do it that way. However, if you are doing something where you're demonstrating something and you need to see everything, you need to do it in horizontal. And so when you set it up that way, and then all of a sudden the phone decides to do something else, or YouTube decides to do something else, it becomes very, very frustrating. Um, so I'm trying to talk here and do two things at once, and this is probably not going to work out very well. So anyway, she got very frustrated with it, and she actually went and restarted and created a whole new live again, just like what I did right now and what I did last Friday. And, she has no clue why it did that. She was asking why it was happening, if anybody knew. And I happened to had made mention of it in the chat that the same thing was happening to me. And so somebody had sent her an email, and I'm trying to figure this out here. Let me have to go here. Saying how to fix it. And she did mention to me that when she found out, she would definitely let me know. So I haven't heard anything. So, I mean, it could have easily been instructions on how to set it up, and the only way you can set it up is before you even do the live. So once you go live, you can't change it, which I think, maybe it should be nice if you can, because it would help a lot in, this kind of frustration here. And of course, you end up wasting time when you don't really want to. And so what I am doing right now, I am just quickly going into the Word document that I created, in which I kind of do a copy and paste into the description of my video. And with the fact that I got to do this, yeah, the cards that we're doing tonight they're not difficult. They're pretty easy. And so we're going to get through it, because I will tell you, it's been a week. And
I am going to compose myself and not say any naughty words because I think I've said enough of those this week. And just try and get through this. And hopefully, we get through it. And yeah, yeah. So I'm almost there, just about there, having to add all this stuff in again. As you're coming on, I posted in the chat. I had mentioned that as you come on, be sure to say hi and let me know where you're visiting from. Um, and also, I have pinned in the top of this chat. Uh, there's all when you look at the chat, there's top chat, and live chat. Just make sure you're on live chat so you can see everything like real time. Um, Pinned in the top of the chat, I have there is a link. It's a Google link to a Google spreadsheet. I tried this for the first time last Friday, and I thought it was set up right where if anybody who clicked on that link would have had access to that spreadsheet to go and enter their names on it. Evidently, I had to change it after the fact. So, um, what I'm doing now is because I end up with so many cards after doing all these lives and the pre-recordeds that what I'm doing at the very end, I'm going to, everybody who's in the chat, say something, say hi, um, go and click on that link on that Google spreadsheet and add your name to it because at the end I have a wheel of names and I'm going to choose three people who are going to win. I guess you could say that win one of the three cards that I make tonight. So if I pick your name first, you get to choose which one of the three that you want, and then the second person, the last two, and then of course the last person I pick will get the other card that I make. It's one way for me to kind of not have so many pile up. I do have quite a bit. So this is saved, I believe. And let's go back. Fun, fun, fun. Really, it hasn't. Today, I tell you, today it just, oh, all week. I can just only hope that from tonight through the weekend, it's better. So let me change to live chat. Okay, so I don't see anybody on here yet, so that's kind of good. So I am going to get started with some housekeeping stuff since it is 7:07 now. Okay, so um, let's see, what do I want to talk about? Well, so I kind of talked about, stuff that's gone on, things that it's happening with YouTube. Hello, Yvonne. Um, just to get through all that. I have everything. So everything in the description of this video. Let me refresh this. I should have everything in there. So all of the links and all that are in there. All the dimensions of the cardstock and DSP pieces that I'm using in my cards tonight. There's also a few other links in there. I do have a newsletter that I send out monthly. I just sent out the one for September 2 days ago on the 4th. It was kind of late at night, but I got it done. There's a lot of stuff in there, and there's some stuff that when I flip the camera, I will show you, and we'll talk about that stuff. But There's my email address is in there as well. So like if you want catalogs, you can send me an email, with your name and mailing address, and I can get it out to you. Okay. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to flip this camera, and hopefully it don't tell me to change the orientation of anything, and we will get started with the housekeeping, and then I will get into the cards. Okay. So if you kind of get a little motion sickness from me flipping this camera, then kind of look away for a moment and I'll let you know when you can look back. Okay. So let me flip this and bring it down and kind of see where we're at here. We have to come up just a little bit because we do not. And then make sure things are straight because, we like things straight. And I'm looking at my laptop, and there's a little bit of a delay. So move that up just a tiny bit. I think we'll be good. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, so I'm going to tape that down so that don't go nowhere. All right, so you see this little graphic that I got here. Hello, Terry. You didn't miss a thing. You just kind of heard me vent a little bit about YouTube and just life in general. But yeah, so you haven't missed anything. I just flipped the camera, and I'm going to do some housekeeping stuff, and then we're going to get into tonight's cards. So what I do with the projects that I make every Friday night, if you would like the card kit, the free card kit of the projects I make, so that will be the pre-cut cardstock and DSP, any embellishments. Now, some general like die cut pieces, I will include those too. However, I cannot stamp anything for you. So if you want to make the same exact projects that I did, you would need the stamp set and coordinating dies if it comes with it. The projects I'm doing tonight, it's actually a standalone stamp set that just has images in it. There's no greeting, so I had to pull in another stamp set, and it just so happens it's a stamp set that I had used last Friday night because it's just nothing but greetings in there. So, yeah, you would need the stamp set. Now, if you don't want that stamp set, you can easily use what you already have. Okay. So, first, from last Friday, like I said in the beginning, at the top, now, Yvonne and Terry, I need you to do me a favor, and let's just hope that this works. Pinned up at the top of the chat box, I have the link again to that Google spreadsheet. After I did the live last Friday, I did go into that document, and I did change it to where anybody that has the link will be able to edit it. So all you need to do is just add your name on one of the lines. If you could do that for me, because I'm going to do the whole drawing of cards again for this Friday. So with that being said, last Friday I drew 3 names for the cards, and Deborah Vaverka, she was on our chat last Friday night, and I don't know if she was still on when I did the drawing at the end. I did send her an email. So Deborah, I just need your mailing address so then I can get this card sent out to you, okay? So let me put that aside for the time being. Okay, World Card Making Day. So World Card Making Day happens on the first Saturday of every October. This year it's on October 5th. Now, Stampin' Up! We'll be having a free virtual event. It starts at 2 p.m. Mountain Time. So if it was Central, it would be 3 o'clock Central Standard Time. And out there in California, it would be 1 p.m. And then it's only for an hour. And what they do is they create 5 simple projects, and they do let you know what the items are. So if you want to order them in advance, they'll create the 5 projects, and then they do have there are additional projects that you could get other product for, and that should all be listed in when you register. Now, it is a free event, so this is open to demonstrators, this is open to customers, it's open to everyone. So even though that it's free, you still want to register. Um, Here is the QR code for it, and I think, do I have it? Hmm. You can go to you could also go to the Stampin' Up website. Um, it, Okay, Yvonne, so you went in the spreadsheet, it's not letting you put your name in there? Because I set it for anybody who clicks on the link, can edit it. And Yvonne, just be mindful, if you hear something, get put in front of the door, okay? Because that's your package. Because I don't know if I'm going to see the notification pop on my phone or not. Okay. So on the website, when you go to the website, it does have this. You have to register, even though it's free, because they will email to you the link um, to where, to the site that they're going to have, so you can see the content. Oh, all right. Hold on. All right. Hold on, Yvonne. Okay. I have your name on there, Yvonne. It just maybe you don't have it on your what do you call it, on your phone. So I added your name. Okay, and you let me know too, Terry, if I need to add your name as well. Nothing wants to work. Okay, so by registering for it, you will get the link, and so you put in your info. As we get closer to the event, they will email to you the link, and that way you'll be able to watch it. Now, if on that day you got things going on and you just can't, you'll miss it, they will be recording it and you'll be able to see it starting October 8th. And usually things like that, they have the access to it for about a month's time. Now the registration, it's open from it was September 3rd, and then it closes, I believe, at 1 p.m. Mountain Time on October 4th. Okay. Also, those who register at the end of the event, Stampin' Up! Did mention that they have a little gift for everybody who has registered. So if you're interested in this, just go to the Stampin' Up! Website. I did try this QR code the other day, and it actually brought up info from a World Card Making Day event they did a few years ago. Um, so that's what Stampin' Up! Is doing. Now, during the daytime, now if you're local to me here in Memphis, I am doing an in-person get together. We're going to make a variety um, of things. It's probably not going to be just limited to, okay, all right. So evidently Terry could do that. Okay. So yeah, both your names are on there. I'm going to do an in-person event and we're just going to make a variety of different projects. There's not going to be one particular stamp set, bundle, whatever that I'm going to use. It's just going to be a day of, just being creative and some fellowship. Then when I am, and that'll be at 11 a.m. So if you are interested in that, I do, my email is in the description. Just let me know you would like to come. And also, I do have the info in the September newsletter since the next time I send one out for October, it's going to be really close to when this happens. Then what I'm going to do also on October 5th, that evening at 7 p.m., I'm going to be right back here on YouTube and I'm going to do a live and I am going to create, some projects. Now, last year, I kind of did a modified version of what we did last year, but this year I'm not doing what they're doing, and I will show you why I'm not going to be doing what they're doing. So they're doing projects that are going to be really super simple. That's why 5 cards in an hour's time. And then they're going to show what those other extra projects are that you can do. So for their virtual event, they will be using the Common Creek cards and envelopes. So you have 5 different printed card bases along with 5 coordinating envelopes. Then they're going to be using the same something, the something for everything, and the fully flowering ephemera packs. There's no stamping. So it's just assembling the cards and putting greetings like you can see here. They just used like dimensionals or adhesive and they just put like all those ephemera pieces on the card bases. So that's pretty much what they're going to do. They didn't mention anything about needing any embellishments or any ribbon. So pretty much it's these card bases and then these 3 packs of ephemera. Now, the additional projects that they're going to show, they're using the white note cards and envelopes, and then they're also going to use this Simply Said stamp set as well, along with the Memento Black, Tuxedo Black ink. So that's what they're going to do. So for me to mimic what they're doing for their virtual event, I'm not going to do that. That's just way too simple, and that's not what I'm going to do for my live. So I'm going to do something different than what they do. So again, if you're interested in this free event, just head to the Stampin' Up website, and you'll see this advertised on there. Now, catalogs. So this is our current annual catalog. And now there's the mini catalog. So the last time I was with you, I could not do this. Now I can, because now this catalog has gone live. And I will tell you that there is already something that's on back order, but it will be back before September is over. And that would be these. What are these? These are the real red and white adhesive backed peppermints. Already on back order, not surprising. But they are coming back. So I showed my haul of some of this stuff that I had gotten a few weeks ago. I did do it at the end on one of my Friday night lives. I do want to make mention that for September for my in-person class, also for what I'm going to do that Friday before, which is the 13th, I am going to be featuring the More Than Autumn bundle. So this is definitely one of my favorites. I'm all about the pumpkin spice at this time of the year. So we're going to make 3 projects next Friday. And then on Saturday, we're going to do 3 different projects. So if you are local to me and you would like to come, my classes are currently free. We start at 11 a.m. and go till about 3 p.m. So if you are interested, send me an email and then I will send you all of the additional info on what you would need and the address and all that other stuff, okay? So if you are not currently working with another demonstrator and excuse me, and you would like a copy of either one of these catalogs or both of them, again, send me an email and let me know and I will get them out in the mail to you. Now, the last thing, this is a scrapbooking brochure. This also went live the same day that this catalog went live. Now, in here, since Stampin' Up! Took on close to my heart, we didn't really have much in regards to stuff for 12 by 12 scrapbooking. So they are slowly working in some scrapbooking workshop kits. So we have this one here, Reindeer Memories. This does coordinate with the suite that's in the mini catalog. So you get enough pages and stickers and all that to create three different 2-page layouts. In addition, you can get the extra paper and the sticker sheet. Now the DSP that's in this is the same DSP that's in the mini catalog. In addition, there's also 2-tone cardstock packs. Now, this is something that close to my heart had. This cardstock, it's just a little bit thinner than our current cardstock. So it's heavier than the DSP, but not as heavy as the cardstock. Also, so one side's darker, the other side is a shade lighter, and it's a white core paper as well. And then there's an additional stamp set that has like bigger words and things like that geared for stamping on your pages. Another workshop kit is the snow day, so that goes with the other suite that we have in that mini catalog. And there's like step-by-step instructions on how to cut the paper and everything that's in these kits. An additional stamp set. Now, Halloween. There is no Halloween in this mini catalog. The only Halloween stuff that we have is in the online exclusives, and that is the Potions and Spells bundle, and that will actually coordinate with the Halloween memories. Now, we also don't have any DSP, we don't have any embellishments that are for Halloween, but this is the paper that they have come out with. So I did place an order for some things in here, and the paper was definitely something that I got along with this cardstock. So as it gets closer to Halloween, I will create with all this. Now, this one here, let me tell you something about this one. Autumn to Remember. Now, I'm not a scrapbooker, okay? However, I absolutely love this. I love all the colors in this. And I got the whole scrapbooking workshop kit because you can't get this. And this is almost like the way it was described, it's almost like a thin wood slash cork type material. So you can't get that separately. It's only part of the kit. And then I did get an extra pack of the DSP. So I just absolutely love fall. I mean, an extra pack of this paper right here. I mean, I love fall. I love everything about fall. And I got the stamp set. So I have a few of these things coming. I didn't get everything out of this. So the scrapbooking stuff, because of the timing in which all this happened, and it was really quick when we brought stuff from close to my heart into like the mix of the products. So for the rest of this year, we have the scrapbooking brochure, and then in our next mini catalog, it's going to be the same thing. Now, these are digital. These are not something that, I'm not going to print all these pages out. There's like 20 pages to it, and I'm not going to print them out and mail it to you. You can look at this online. Come the next annual, excuse me, the next annual catalog, all of the scrapbooking stuff will be in that catalog. As a matter of fact, the two-tone cardstock, they did say that they were going to be selling individual packages of the two-tone cardstock in all of the Stampin' Up! Colors. So that's something that's coming. Now, our regular 8.5 by 11 cardstock that we currently have, that will not be going away. That's staying in place. So this, like I said, they're bringing on more stuff. Um, so people can do that more traditional scrapbooking. They did this stuff a really long time ago. They kind of veered away from it, and now they're bringing it all back. Okay, so that is all of the things. So let me kind of get this out of the way, and let's get started. So again, what we're using tonight, we're using Bird's Eye View. It's just an image stamp. There are no greetings to it. So I am also bringing in the Unbounded Love stamp set. This is part of that whole big Unbounded Beauty suite of products, and we did use this last Friday. So this is primarily what the stamp sets that we're using tonight. In addition, I'm also bringing in the Stylish Shapes dies. Also, for one of the cards, I'll be using one of the patterns. As a matter of fact, it's this pattern right here. This is from the Fun Patterns embossing folders. And then also for all my cards, the DSP that I'm going to use, this is the Bright and Beautiful 6x6 Designer Series paper. It has Azure Afternoon, Berry Burst, Blueberry Bushel, Bubble Bath, Fresh Freesia, Lemon Lime Twist, Lemon Lolly, Lost Lagoon, Misty, Moonlight, and Pretty Peacock colors in it. Now, this was in our annual catalog last year. This was part of, I think the whole suite was called Bright and Beautiful. So this was more of like a balloon birthday celebration type of suite of products. Everything retired, but the paper that carried over. So we're using this paper in all of the projects. And on the paper, it's got the prints on one side, and then the other, it's just basically mostly like watercolor wash colors that are on that side. Okay, so for my first card, and I have to put my stamps on the block. So let me kind of move all this out of the way and bring in all of my pieces. Okay, so I have a piece of Lost Lagoon. This measures 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. I have a piece of Misty Moonlight that measures 5.5 by 3.5. I have a piece of that DSP. This measures 5.5 by 3. And then I have a scrap of basic white, and I had already die cut ahead of time this large square out of the Stylish Shape. So there's a nice little stitching that goes around the edge of it, okay? All right, so set this aside. Let's get the stamp set. So I am going to start. I'm going to fold and burnish this card base. Okay. And then I'm going to take this DSP and where's my adhesive? I'm going to adhere this. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use my liquid glue instead, because if I have to line up this paper, it'll be a little bit easier trying to do that if I use the liquid glue. Now, this is our Tombow multi-purpose glue. I put it in this fine tip glue bottle. I did get a package of 10 of these off of Amazon. That link is in the description. Um, this glue has latex in it, so a little bit goes a very long way, so you don't need much. So I'm going to take this and I am going to try and center it on this piece of Misty Moonlight. Okay. And then I am going to, the other thing that I'm also using, this is the frayed Gross grain ribbon. This is white. Now we had something like this, I believe last year or the year before, and it was much wider. This is a lot thinner, and this is in the online exclusives. So I'm going to take this ribbon and I'm going to come around, and I'm going to tie a knot. I'm not even going to try fighting with it to tie a bow. A 109. Oof. Yuck. That's too hot. Okay. So do we have anyone else on here who hasn't commented? On Wednesday, I had actually had to go into the office just kind of like for a meet and greet type of thing. And one of my coworkers, she told me, so if you're on here, Mia, I'm calling you out. She told me that she watches my lives. And and I said, well, what? So you're one of them that I see that's watching but never says anything. And she goes, yeah, I don't say anything. And I told her, well, you need to say something. Say hi. We're not going to bite your head off. And if you're watching the replay, that's okay too. It'd be funny if she is watching and she's probably sitting over there laughing. Okay, so this is going to, these edges, it is going to fray some. So there's the ribbon. I'm going to have to adjust this for when I go to put this piece on. So let me take this and set this aside. Okay, and our little fuzzies, get those out of the way. So for now, so my thought process on using this stamp set was in our annual catalog last year, and it did carry over. And so to me, these birds and with the glasses and all that just kind of reminds me, it's got like a set of books, it's got the glasses. And to me, this is that time of the year where a lot of kids are going back to school. So I thought, well, this would be a perfect time to pull this out and use this one. Okay, and then which one do I need? I need this one. I kind of like the whole glasses thing. I think that's just so cool. Okay, and then the greeting I'm going to use on this one is friend. So for these cards, I am not only doing some stamping, but also doing some coloring, at least on two of them with my blends. The other one is just doing some stamping. It's a pretty simple and easy card, but it's got a nice effect to it. Okay, so let's get some blocks here and put our stamps on here. All right, so the ink that I am going to use, I'm going to bring in my Memento Tuxedo Black ink, and I'm going to ink up these books. Okay, and then I'm going to stamp that right near the bottom here. I want to leave myself enough room to put the bird on top. Okay, And then I'm going to stamp the bird also in the memento. Okay, the bird is going to be standing right on the books. Okay, and then we're done with the black. Okay, and then I am going to take Berry Burst and I'm going to stamp the glasses. Bring this down just a little bit and stamp those right there. That is just too stinking cute. Let me clean this. If you get it fast enough, because some of these colors, they do stain the photopolymer. And I mean, they're still going to work if you clean them. But it kind of minimizes the amount of staining on them. The staining doesn't ruin them. Okay, and then the other color that I'm going to bring in is Misty Moonlight. And I'm going to stamp my friend sentiment right here. So it's just fitting in that open spot right there. Okay, close that up. Clean these really quick. So that way, if I put my hands on these stamps, I don't get ink all over me. Okay, so now we're going to do some coloring. So for this, I have my light and dark Pretty Peacock. I have my light and dark Lemon Lime Twist and light and dark Lemon Lolly. And then I have a light and dark Gray Granite. And let's see, and then I also have a light and dark Balmy Blue. Okay, so the bottom book, I am going to color that in the light Lemon Lolly. Okay, and then I'm going to bring in the dark. And then just kind of do these little stripe pieces that's on the binding of the book. And then I'm going to do that. And I'm going to leave those pages white. All right. And then we're going to take the light Pretty Peacock. Pretty Peacock is definitely one of my favorite colors. Purple is my #1 color, and then the aquas and the blues are all my next favorite. Okay, and then let's do the edging of the book. And then the top one is going to be our Lemon Lime Twist. And then we'll do the top. Then the dark. All right. Kind of move these all out of the way. And then I'm going to take my light balmy blue. Now this light balmy blue starts to, it seems like it's starting to dry up a bit. I do have another set. Let me just bring that in. So when you order the Stampin' Blends, they do come in a 2-pack. You have a light and a dark. So one of the things I've done, I have these little labels that I created that I put on the cap, on either end of the cap of my marker. So what I can do is I can take these caps and I can swap them out. Ooh, that one does not snap on there. Interesting. Interesting. Now, which one is the new one? Is this the new one? I think it is. Coming out a little bit darker, so I think it is. I'm going to do the whole wing in the light balmy blue. And then I'll highlight it with some of the dark, but I'm going to let that dry a little bit first. And actually, I'm going to take some of this balmy blue and I'm going to add some right here on the chest of my bird. Okay, and then for the gray granite, I'm going to take the light and I'm going to color the rest of this bird in. Now, when I go to color his face, I'm trying to avoid coloring over that berry burst glasses. Let's see. Hello, Diane. So Diane, if you, hold on. I'm going to add you, Diane. So one of the things, let me close this so it don't dry out. One of the things that I am now doing, at the end of my lives, I am doing a wheel of names and I do a drawing for the 3 cards that I make tonight. So I just added your name to the spreadsheet. I set it up to where you should be able to add your own name, but if you're watching, you know, on what do you call it? If you're on a phone, sometimes like Yvonne had the issue where it was telling her that she needed to download the app. So I added your name to Diane. Okay, let's finish coloring this. And I hope I didn't confuse you because it's showing that there's 2 lives for tonight, but one of them was cut very short. For some reason, YouTube, I don't know what is up with YouTube. And evidently it's not just me that this happened to. I don't know if you follow Barb Mulligan. She's in Sheridan, Wyoming. She does her lives on Thursday nights. And I happened to catch her and she evidently had her live all set up. The orientation was right and everything. And then when she went live, the orientation flipped to vertical. So then she ended up stopping that and created a whole nother one. And it still did it. And it happened to me too. I had my thing all set up and I came on early just to kind of check it. And yeah, I had to literally create a whole new one. and then copy and paste all the info that I had from the other one. It is very frustrating, I will tell you, especially when you have had a very trying week. And then today was no better. It is not fun when you end up finding a hornet in your apartment. And then, of course, the only way to really kill it was to pull out the spray, and it gets all over everything, and then you got to wash everything that the spray got on. So, yeah, this was all before I was able to have my coffee this morning. So, no, that was not good. I was not a happy camper. Okay, so now I'm going to come in with the dark. And just add a couple of lines into the wing like so. Okay, so he is all colored in, or she, with the purple glasses. We'll have it as a she. Okay, so then I'm going to take my image here, and I'm going to add some dimensionals. So some people just put them in the corners. I don't like a saggy middle, so I will put in the corners, and then I'll put at least one in the middle. Okay, so now on this, I want to center this, so I am going to have to move my ribbon down a little bit, and I'm going to center this the best I can. I think that looks okay, and then we'll move the ribbon, we'll slide that back down. Okay, and then, excuse me, then I am going to add more dimensionals to the back of this piece. So Diane, did you, very interesting, Terry. Very, very interesting. Now I can see it. I can definitely see it. Um, I think it already happened, but did you get an email? If I'm thinking it probably would have been like a month ago, that the what is it? The Tennessee and Kentucky area demonstrators were doing like a free meet and greet. Where was it? It was in Clarksville, so up there, not far from Nashville. I looked at it. The thing was only going to be for, I think, what was it, like 2 or 3 hours? And for me to take almost 3 hours to get there, there's no way I'm going to go that far, for that little amount of time. Okay, so then for my embellishments, these are in our annual catalog. So these are the Tinsel Gems 4-pack and the Tinsel Gems 3-pack. So in this pack, you have Lemon Lime Twist, Berry Burst, Blueberry Bushel, and Shaded Spruce. And then in this one, you have Misty Moonlight, Fresh Freesia, and Coastal Cabana. Yeah, that looks too bright to be pool party. So on here, I'm going to use these Misty Moonlight ones. Okay, where's my take your pick tool? Okay, so let's take one of these and add it there. And we got one up here. And Yvonne, your box isn't sitting outside, is it? Have you checked or heard anything? I think you probably have your earbuds in, so maybe you wouldn't be able to hear it, but I would go ahead and give it a check to see if they delivered it. Oh, okay. It's got to be soon. I mean, they put till the end of day. Okay, Terry, you work for FedEx. What would be considered end of day for FedEx and delivering? Okay, so there is. Oh, wait a minute. There's one other thing that we needed to do. Bring in the wing to Stella, and we're going to add some to these glasses. These to the lenses of the glasses. Yeah, that's the one thing here. It's like I hate, I evidently have to be like near the end of the route, for UPS and FedEx and Amazon because every time they say by 10 p.m. or whatever, yeah, it's unacceptable to me that they're out delivering when it's already gotten dark and all that. That's just not safe. And where I live, our breezeway, the lights are all out on the outside of this building, so it's kind of dark. It was a little unnerving with Amazon. They went and delivered something to me. What was it? It was a book that I had pre-ordered, and they delivered it on Tuesday, but they didn't go. It wasn't even out for delivery until 5:39 that day. So then, of course, it was already dark because I think it was like around 9 o'clock. Um, Okay. All right. I just don't want to see it get delivered and then it gets legs and then it walks away because that's a Stampin' Up order. We don't want that. Yeah. No, no. Nobody else is going to appreciate it. So there we go. There is our first card. Toilet. Yeah, I saw that. That's funny. Okay, so there's the first card. And let me set that aside. Again, at the end, I'm going to be doing a drawing. Um, for everyone who's added their name to that spreadsheet for the Wheel of Names. And yeah, I'll do a drawing, pick 3 winners for the 3 cards that I make tonight, and then I'll mail them. I'll mail them out. Okay, so the next project that we're going to do, we are going to do a bookbinding card. So we're kind of doing a fun fold. So I have all my pieces cut here. All right, so I have a piece of Azure Afternoon. This measures 11 by 4 1/4. Now I scored it at 5 1/2. Well, if you look at it this way, I scored it at 4 1/4 and 5 1/2. And then I have a piece of basic white that measures 4 by 4. And then I have another piece that measures 4 by 1. Then I have a piece of that DSP. This measures 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. And then off of that same piece of paper, I have the reverse side, and this measures 3 3/4 by 3/4. And then I have out of scrap basic white, I die cut these 2 circles from the stylish shapes. So these 2 circles right here. Okay. You're 12? Yeah, those glasses are cute. We're going to be using actually this one we're using the other glasses. So let me pull out the stamps that I'm using on this one. Branch. And then we got the other glasses. let's put these stamps back so that way I think I invested in more blocks was it more than a few months? I think it's probably been almost a year because I'm coming up this month on the 23rd. Um, that'll be the 1 year anniversary of me doing videos. So I started off with the pre-records and then I started doing the lives near the end of January when I reached my 50 subscribers so I can go live on my cell phone. And the other thing I noticed was yesterday or last night, well, my subscriber count went up, or maybe it was Tuesday, it went up to 500 and now it's back down to 497. Ah, little tease. Okay, so let's get these on here and the branch and our little hello. Okay, so I'm going to take my card base and I'm going to fold and burnish this on the 5.5-inch score line. And then on this 4.25, I'm going to take this and fold it back. And then I'm going to burnish that. Then what I'm going to do is in this area right here, I'm going to bring in my liquid glue. And I'm going to add some glue to the back of this. Okay, and then I'm going to fold that over. Kind of hold this down. Okay. All right, so we have that part stuck down. Now what I've done when I've done this fold in the past, if I wanted to take a piece of twine to wrap around it, now some people, they would glue this down first and then they would just wrap the twine around the whole piece. What I've done is before I glue this down, I've taken the ribbon and wrapped it around, tied it on the front, and then glued that part down so that way the ribbon wasn't shown on the back, but it was in between these two pieces. Okay, then I'm going to take my little thin strip here and I'm going to add some glue to the back of this piece. And there's going to be a little bit of a border, like so. Whoops, you don't want it to shift too much. Okay, and then I'm going to adhere this piece to this piece of white. Okay, and center that. Okay, that's that down. Okay, and then I am going to glue these pieces down to my card. Whoops, don't want it on my fingers. Okay, so I'm going to center that in this panel right here. And then this one's going to go on the binding. Okay, and then we're going to line this up and center that right here. Oops. Because I don't use a whole lot. I don't have much of that wiggle room to get it down. Okay. So we have that part. So now I'm going to do some stamping and some coloring. So then I'm just going to strictly stamp in the Memento Tuxedo Black ink. I am going on this little circle. I'm going to stamp the hello. Okay. And I'll set that aside. And then on here, let me bring in a piece of scrap because I'm going to be stamping off a little bit from this this piece here. So I'm going to start off with my branch. Okay, and then I am going to stamp that down here like so. Okay, and then I'm going to get my bird. Ink him up really good. And then I'm going to stamp him right here on the branch. I mean, this bird, I'll tell you, if you just stamp the bird itself, it's like you have, I don't know, it's got like one kind of character, but then when you add the oh, come on, stick my finger in the ink. It's like it has a whole different character when you put the glasses on it, especially these really big round rimmed ones. Like you just too stinking cute. Clean these really quick. Now that since that's stuck to my thing, let me make sure there's no ink on my case. Okay, so now we're going to close that up first. And then we're going to do some coloring. So for this one, this is the deep combo. So when these first came out, these are the natural tones blends. So when they first came out, they were numbers. So like from 100 through 1000. So when you get them now, they'll go by deep or medium deep or light deep or something, in that aspect. So this is the deep combo. That's number 100 and 200. We're going to use that for the branch. And then I have the light and dark lemon lime twist. And then the light and dark bubble bath. So we made it easy to choose colors for coloring. I just looked at the colors that are in the DSP. So it makes it really super simple and easy. Okay, so we're going to bring in the light bubble bath. And I'll do his or her belly. Okay. And then I'm going to actually, let's do the branch first. So I'm going to take the number 200 and I'm going to color this branch in. Now for this, I'm using the brush tip, but I'm just being really light with it. Okay. And then I'm going to take the light lemon lime twist, and I'm going to color the rest of the bird. So the wings, and then its face, and then the beak. I'm going to do that in the dark bubble bath. Okay. Sit down there. All right, and then I'm going to come in with the dark bubble bath, do the beak, and then I'm just going to go over these black squiggle lines. A little squeaky. And then I'm just going to do kind of like that shadow right there at the inside of the wings, and then on the very bottom. Okay, and then the number, this is the deep number 100, and I'm going to come in, I'm just going to add just a few lines, my branch, like so. Okay, and then I'm going to bring in the dark lemon lime twist, and I'm going to add the little lines on the wings, and then I'm going to add these shadows. Now I'm not really looking to do this perfect blending of the colors, so I just want, those shadows to really show up. So I'm going to just do that. Okay, so that's done. And then, just like I did on the other one, I'm going to bring in the Wink of Stella, and I'm going to add that onto the lenses of these glasses. Okay. All right. So then on the back of this, I am going to bring in my seal, and I am going to add a little bit down here. And then I'm going to take this frayed ribbon. I don't need much. I just want to create kind of like a tail with it. Oops. Okay, trim. Yeah, the edge of this definitely does fray. Okay. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to add it right in the back of this, like so. Okay, that looks good. And then I'm going to bring in my dimensionals. You can get this out of the way. I'm going to add one right there just to kind of reinforce that ribbon. Oops, okay, get that one. Okay, so then I'm going to bring in my card, and I'm going to add that right there. And then my hello is going to go right down here. So since this is going to overlap on this piece and this is already popped up, I'm going to put a dimensional down here. And then up at the top, I'm going to add some seal so that way it sticks to that layer. And for this, I'm going to have my hello kind of like at an angle, like so. Like that. And then for our embellishments, I am going to use, this is going to be out of the Tinsel Gems 4-pack, and I'm going to use the Lemon Lime Twist. Now when you look at this Lemon Lime Twist, that actually also looks like yellow as well, so it'll work great for if you use a Lemon Lime Twist or if you have anything with yellow in it. So I'm going to take one of my larger ones and then add 2 smaller ones right here. Okay, so there is our second card. Now in here, the color of the cardstock's light enough that you can stamp your greeting, or you can write what you want in here, or you can take what is it, another 4x4 piece of basic white, and you can put that in there. And the size of this is the same size as an A2 card, 5.25 by 4.25, so it will fit in an envelope. Okay, so there is our second card. So now let me bring in all the pieces now for the third project. And so this one is our Fresh Freesia. So the colors that I pulled for all these projects, I just looked at the colors that were in the DSP. So for this one, we're just going to be stamping our birds. We're not going to be doing any coloring of them. So I'm going to get these kind of out of the way. And I'm going to need my Fresh Freesia ink. Let me kind of clean up a little bit here because it's getting a little crazy. And actually, I don't need the ribbon on this one. And actually, we're not using any Wink of Stella on this one either. Okay. So the pieces. So this, it started out as an 8.5 by 5.5 inch piece of Fresh Freesia. I scored it at 4.25, and then on the one end, so like when this is folded over, okay, I cut a piece off this side that measures 1 5/8. Now, when I pulled off that piece, I then took it and I cut a total of 3 squares that measure 1 5/8. That looks like it's a different size, but it's the same. So out of that strip, I cut these. There's going to be a little bit excess that's left over, but you will get these 3 squares out of that. So let me take my bone folder, since I already folded that over, and let me burnish that down. Now I took a piece of basic white. This measures 5.25 by 4. And then I took the Fun Patterns embossing folders. I used this one here that kind of has this scallop of these with the flowers. To me, that kind of mimicked the design in this paper. So when I went to emboss this, I embossed it to where these scallops were going down just like the way the paper is. So I did that in advance, and when I embossed it, let me bring that embossing folder in again. what I did is I came in 2 inches. So basically I lined up this right side of the Stampin' Up logo, and I just lined it up to that straight line and to that, and then I ran this through my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So I just have this area right here um, embossed. Okay, and then I have a piece of that DSP. This measures 5 1/4 by 2 3/8. And then I have 3 pieces of basic white. Each one of these squares measures 1 1/2 by 1 1/2. So I am going to start off with adding some adhesive to the back of this DSP. And what's nice, to do this card, you could basically pull any of the colors that are in this paper, and you can use that for your mats and for your card base, and even for your ink as well when you're stamping. So I'm going to add that on this outer layer. And then on this piece, before I glue this down, I am going to bring in the greeting that from that stamp set that says happy birthday. And while I'm at it, I'm going to be using this bird again. And then let's see what else. I'm going to use this bird. And then let's see, what was the other bird that I used? I think it was this one right here. Yeah, that one right there. Okay. And then in here, I'm going to take out the happy birthday. Okay, and so let me get a block and take my greeting. And I'm going to take my fresh Freesia ink. Ink this up. And I'm going to kind of do this at an angle. Since this is longer than this open space here, I'm going to kind of come in at an angle. And then it'll just fit from the left edge of this cardstock right up to just before you hit the embossed area of it. Is it raining? I think I'm hearing rain hit the window. No thunder. I think I'm hearing rain. Okay, so then I'm going to take my adhesive, add it to the back. They did say there was a chance of rain early this evening. Okay, so then I'm going to place this centered inside of my card like so. So now when you fold it, you see that embossed area there. Okay, so then let me bring in that scrap paper again. Okay, and then these 3 little white pieces. So I am going to stamp these birds onto these pieces. Now, these pieces of white cardstock are smaller than the bird itself. You know what, Terry? Yes, that Regal Flora suite. I am going to be doing that as a Friday Night Live. As a matter of fact, it's going to be September 20th, and that's my mom's birthday. So with that suite, I thought, well, you know what, that's going to be a perfect suite to use for that day. So I'm going to take this bird, and I'm not even going to stamp it straight. I'm going to do it at an angle. Now I'll get most of him on this piece of cardstock, but I'm not going to get all of them. So just kind of like poking just from that bottom edge. And then let me kind of clean this because I need this block too. And let's take this bird, put this bird on here. and then another piece. Ugh, 90 degrees. Okay, and then this one, we'll have them kind of poking in over here. Just so cute. And then we got one more bird. We got this one here. And then this one, I think my fresh Freesia ink pad needs to get re-inked because there's spots in it where it doesn't have as much ink. So this one look like he's kicking up his leg. Aw. Okay, so there we go. So that's all the stamping that we're doing, and we're not going to color those in. So one of the things you could do with this, you could take the Wink of Stella to those birds if you wanted. Okay, so then I'm going to take these little pieces and I'm going to put them on the fresh Freesia, and I'm going to use my liquid glue for this. And there'll just be a little border. Okay, there's one. Two. So now that I had to redo this live, I now have to go back into the calendar that I have on my Stampin' Up website, and I have to change out the link. I add like all my videos and stuff, I do add it to the calendar, and I have the YouTube links that I include along with the picture of the projects. So if anybody visits my Stampin' Up website, they can see everything that I'm doing as far as videos and even the in-person classes as well. All right, so now I am going to attach these onto my card. So we're going to put them in this order. So what I'm going to do is, now when I attach these, I'm going to have just a part of the left-hand side stuck to this flap of the card. Now I don't want to have any adhesive on this side because we want to be able to open the card. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip these over, and then I'm going to bring in my dimensionals, and I'm going to add them just to the left side. Mia, welcome, girlfriend. You made it. I kind of called you out earlier when I first started. So Mia, if you're on here, so Mia, if you would like to be on one of the winners, well, I'm going to do a drawing, and the way I do it is I have a wheel of names, and I add names to a spreadsheet. And I don't know if you have access to it if you're watching on your phone. So pinned up to the top of the chat box, there is a link to a Google spreadsheet. Let me know if you're able to add your name or not. If you're not, I can add your name, because what I do at the very end, The 3 projects that I made tonight, I spin the wheel, and the three people that I choose, they get to choose which card I made tonight. So of course, if you're like one of the first 2, you get to choose, and then the last person will get the other card. So let me know if you're able to access it. So Mia is somebody that I work with, and I saw her on Wednesday. So I'm going to add, let me move this down a little bit more. So I saw her Wednesday, and she admitted to me that she was watching my lives, but she wasn't saying anything. So I told her, you got to say something. You got to say hi. So Mia has, I think, Mia, when did you start? I think you started a couple of months or a few months before I did. And so when I started, I told my boss, because when we would celebrate birthdays, and in the very beginning, it used to be a card and then like a gift card to a place that you like. Like for me, it was crafting. But I had told my oh, so you started in July. Okay, so I was in August. So you started a month before me, give or take. And okay. All right, Diane, I have your name added. So if I choose you, I think I do have your yeah, I do have your address, and I don't think you moved. So if I choose you, then I will send you a card, okay? And then I'm going to take this one. I always do the outer ones first, so then that way I can line up the center one. So kind of like a cool effect on this card. And then for my embellishments, I am going to bring in these fresh Freesia ones. Yeah, so what I told my boss early on when I started and we were doing the birthdays, I told her, don't buy any cards because I would make them. And of course, I wasn't charging for them. And so what I did with everyone, I basically emailed everyone and I asked them, tell me what it is that you like as far as favorite colors. Do you like butterflies? Do you like birds? Do you like animals? Do you like flowers? All that kind of stuff. So I got all this info on everyone. And when we've had new people start, I've gone and asked them as well. And so, yeah, even though since 2020 we've been working from home, because at first when I was making it, we'd pass it around and everybody would sign it. But when, that whole wonderful pandemic thing went on back in 2020, we've actually been working from home ever since. Well, I still wanted to be able to recognize everybody's birthday, so um, everybody still gets a birthday card from me in the mail, carrying on that tradition. And then when it comes to Christmas, they'll get a Christmas card. I used to do little treat packaging, but that would be a little bit expensive to mail. And so now I do calendars, peel off calendars for them, so they have a new calendar in the new year. So I enjoy doing that. And we're coming very quickly to December again. So yep, I'll be doing that as well. So there is our third card. Okay, so again, if you would like the card kits to the projects that I made tonight, simply place a minimum $35 order in my online store, and I will send you not only the card kits. Now, it'll be all the cardstock pieces. I will not be doing any of the stamping, so you would need the stamp set. Now, these die cut pieces that I did do, I will die cut those for you. You place that order by midnight, Wednesday, 9/11, and I can tell you 9/11, yeah, that's a very sad day for me. And I think for most of Americans, it's a very sad and somber day. Um, and I will send this out. Now, so it'll be all the embellishments and the ribbon and everything. Okay, so now let me do this. Let me make sure I have the names. So, aw, you're all sweet. I enjoy doing that. Something as simple as a folded piece of cardstock, with some stamping on it, and it just, it touches everyone. Okay, so if you are on here and if you hadn't already added your name to the wheel of names, okay, so Mia, I'm going to add you. Do we have anybody else? So we have Yvonne and Terry and Diane and Mia. Do we have anybody else on here with me? Don't be shy. Say hi. Um, I think that's everyone. We're an hour and 40 minutes. Wow. I'm really hoping we can get this issue with YouTube figured out, because I can't keep on, doing double the work on recreating my lives and all that. Because if that's going to be the case, I'm going to have to do it right. I can't really do it in advance unless they get it fixed. So, all right. So like I said, I have Yvonne, I have Terry, I have Diane, and I have Mia. And so I've added your names to the spreadsheet. Now the cards, so if I choose your name, let's see, we got card number 1, card number 2, and card number 3. So the way I'm going to do this now, I don't have that fancy software where you can kind of show your screen and all that. So I have to kind of do this and bring in my laptop and kind of tip it down like this so you can see, and let me move the lights out of the way so it's not shining in the thing. Now, I don't know if you can see that or not. So what I'm going to do is I have these names, and highlight them. Wow, it's interesting trying to do it this way. So I've copied all of them. I have my wheel of names. Isn't that a cute graphic? All right, and pretty purple colors. So this is how it's going to work. I am going to spin this. Whoever the first winner is, you choose one of the cards. So 1, 2, and 3. And then I will spin again. The second person choose either of the 2 that are left, and then the third person will get the other card, okay? So let's spin. Yvonne, you're the first one. Which one? Card number 1, 2, 1, 2, or 3? I guess I should go to the chat so I can see what you say, right? Because you can't choose? Okay. All right. Okay. So the second one. Ooh, Terry. Which one? Yeah, I got to keep tipping this up so I can see. You can't choose? Is that the one you want, Terry? Number 3? This one? Okay. All right, so now we got one more. It's between Diane and Mia. Mia, see, I told you you should comment. See what happens? You get to be a winner. So for you, you choose either number 1 or number 2. So 1 and 2. Number 1, okie dokie. You got it, girlfriend, and I got your address. You didn't move, did you? You know, because if you moved and you haven't updated the system, well, then you got to do that. Okay. All right, Yvonne. Okay, we can do that. And plus, you know what? Chances are you're going to probably make these cards. Or remember, I also got another set of these cards. They're my samples. So let me kind of move that out of the way. Okay, so Terry, that one's yours. And Mia, you said 1, so that one's yours. I really need to like get a sticky note and I need to write these down because no sooner I turn this off, I'm going to like, okay, now whose is whose? And let me bring in my fancy, professional pen. And you know what I forgot to do, Terry? I forgot to throw this in the package with your stuff. So we got Mia, we got Terry. Okay, and then Diane. Oh yeah, see when I got the microphone attached to me, I can go all the way to the front door. Okay. So there we go. So there are 3 projects. And again, if you would like the free card kit, just place a minimum $35 dollar order by Wednesday 9/11 at midnight, and I will not only send out the card kits, but since this, oh, and also before I didn't see her on here, Deborah Vaverka, you were with me last Friday when I did the Unbounded Beauty, and I don't know if you went off of the live when I did the drawing at the end, but this is the card that you had won. So I did send you an email based off of the email that you were using to try and add your name to that spreadsheet, just so I can get your address so I can send that out to you. So I have this card for you if you come on here and you watch the replay. But what I'm also going to include as well with orders. Now this is my pretty container of all these charms. So since my class for this month is going to be the More Than Autumn bundle, so it's like your coffee, your hot cocoa, eggnog, cider. I decided to do these cute little dimensional coffee cups. So they come in different colors. And we got pink, and there's a yellow, and then they have there's red too. So there's a few different colors in here. So if you place an order, or even if you come to my class, I create scissor fobs. So I actually have this one here on my scissors. You can put them on your scissors. You can put them on anything. I will also include one of these as well into the kit. Just let me know like what color you like, because there's a couple of different ones in here. Okay. And then, of course, as we go into fall, I got lots of fall colored charms. And of course, I don't have anything for Christmas quite yet, but that's coming. So I will also be including one of these as well. So that's it, everyone. We've been on here for quite a while. Had, like I said, the week was really just it's stressful and not a very good week for me, but the weekend is now come upon us and hopefully it will be a whole lot better. Um, Thank you for joining me, even though like I said, I struggled a little bit because YouTube wasn't behaving itself with the orientation of my live. And so I don't have no dragonflies though. I got to find dragonflies. I don't have any dragonflies. Not yet. I found these off of Amazon. They got a whole bunch of really cool ones. So what's next? Next Friday, it's going to be the More Than Autumn bundle that I will be using. It's also the same bundle I'll be using the next day for my in-person card class. My classes are currently free and they start at 11 a.m. So if you are interested, just simply send me an email, and the email's in the description. And my phone just like notified me I'm at 14%, so which means I have to get done and I need to get off of this. And my in person will be on Saturday the 14th, and yeah, it starts at 11. So if you're interested, send me an email, let me know. Again, that's in the description. If you would also, and then I will send you like a really pretty graphic that has all the info, like what you would need and all that, and the address. And then also in the description is the link for my newsletter. The newsletter, I just sent it out on the 4th, so it has all the information that I told you at the beginning of the live. And let me see, it's got the video schedule so you can see what I do on my Thursdays and my Fridays. And the in-person class, the World Card Making Day, it's got a lot of info in there. Oh, and I also included the 2 new kits that are in there as well, along with there's a link that you can access that digital scrapbooking brochure as well. And so if you would like to receive the newsletter, just click on the link in the description and it'll automatically add you to my list, and I will actually send that one out to you. So that is it. Okay, I don't know what that just did. My phone just did a weird thing. It looked like as if it was what do you call it? Like as if it was just starting a live. That's weird. Okay, I think that's just a sign that it's time to get off of this. We're almost at 2 hours anyway, so we need to end this because I haven't had dinner yet and getting hungry. And I think it's actually done because I did hear the oven timer go off. So I think Yvonne's taking care of dinner for us. So okay, guys, so I will have another video for you next Thursday for my Throwback Thursday. And then I will see you next Friday right here at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So everyone have a blessed one. Bye bye.